Hey guys, it's Jazz. Welcome to another video. I'm super excited today because we are doing the 2022 Notion tour. For those of y'all who don't know what Notion is, it is a lifestyle database app that you can use on your phone, iPad, or usually on your computer. So I just wanted to show y'all what I use Notion for and just take you through my Notion. Okay, so let's get started. So this is the light mode of the Notion, and I'll show you guys the dark mode in a little bit. So my cover says, "Do not go gentle into that dark night, rage, rage against the dying of the light." This is one of my favorite poems ever by Dylan Thomas. It's "Do not go gentle into that good night." And as you guys can see, it's kind of dark academia themed as we go down. It's titled "Not Your Manic Pixie Dream Girl" because my channel name is Manic Pixie Jazz, and it's based kind of like on that trope, Manic Pixie Dream Girl. The quote that I have over here says, "It takes great courage to see the world in all its tainted glory and still to love it." This is like one of my favorite quotes of all time. It's an Oscar Wilde quote. It's from An Ideal Husband. I just love this because our world isn't perfect. It does take a lot of effort for some of us to see the good in the world, even though things can be super messed up sometimes, as you guys have probably been experiencing with the whole global pandemic situation that has been going on for such a long time now. So I don't know, I think that quote's kind of inspiring and I really like it. Let's get into this tour, shall we? So the first section that I have here, and this is the light mode, so I'm gonna go ahead and change it to dark mode, but I'll show you guys an overview first of the light mode. I have a few GIFs in here, and then I have a calendar down here, and that's pretty much it for this first page, and this is the main page that I use. Alright, so now you guys can see I prefer the dark mode on my Notion. I mean, it's all up to your personal preference. So the first section is called existentialism because I'm existential all the time and I constantly have an existential crisis. So under there I have 2022 goals, I have weekly agenda, and then months in reflection. So starting with weekly agenda, I have a Studio Ghibli theme for this page, so you can see there's Totoro over there. I got the template from Marie Poulin, and all of the templates will be linked in the description. They won't be these exact templates that I'm using because I went in and kind of customized them and changed them to my personal liking. So I just added this GIF, I added another GIF of Totoro, and this is a weekly agenda. It starts out with a weekly goal, so this week's goal, and this is kind of a hypothetical, kind of not. It says upload a video on Friday, and this is kind of for next week that I have gone ahead and planned everything out. So I have all of the weekdays, and then I have like an intention set for every single day. So Monday is like film new video, Tuesday's work, and you guys can see that's like the main intention for that day. And then I have events, so all of these that say event, in case I have any important events. Right now my life isn't super hectic the way that it has been in the past, so I don't have a lot of crazy events going on. And then I have most important tasks. So I try to have 3 things that are the most important items that I need to do that day. So I have them all listed out here. And then I have to-dos under that, and then I have emotions under, which is kind of a weird one to have, but I want to track whenever I'm feeling super anxious one day, or if I'm feeling like kind of down, or if I'm feeling happy and excited. I just thought it would be good for like my personal reflection to track emotions, so I have that there as well. And so I have the same kind of thing for Saturday and Sunday. And then I have outstanding tasks, what didn't get done that was planned for this week. And then I have another GIF of the little suit spirits. And then under that I have a habit tracker. Right now this is for next week, so there's nothing filled out. But I like to have a habit tracker. I'm not usually the best at these, but it can kind of keep me accountable every single week. So that's what I have there. And then I have Kiki. I call the cat Kiki because of Animal Crossing, so that's like now ingrained in me that this is Kiki. This is the weekly reflection, which I think is like a fun, important thing to do, kind of reflecting on your week. So this week's roses, the good things that happened, this week's thorns, bad things that happened, what I learned this week, who or what I'm grateful for, what I'd like to improve, or what I hope for. So that is the weekly agenda. Now I'm going to click on 2022 goals. So this is the dream actualization guide. I got this from Ali Abdaal's annual review, and so he has this kind of like SMART goal tracker. I call it the dream actualization guide. It's really cool. It has like a section for dream, why, a SMART goal, and then how can I stack the deck to succeed, and then an action. So I think it's really nice to keep yourself accountable, and it honestly really helps with productivity. And then I have months in reflection. So right now they're all of the months of the year, and so at the end of every month I want to kind of go in and just like reflect on that month, just kind of free write style, not with like a lot of structure, just because I kind of want them to be like little journaling entries. And then I have 1 year from now, 5 years from now. So these are kind of for visualization. So what I'll do is at the start of every year, I'll kind of take a step back and I'll think about what I want my life to look like a year from now. And then I think about what I want my life to look like 5 years from now. And so I'll write that all out. And honestly, like just doing that exercise, I found that I have been able to accomplish a lot of those things, or at least like start and be in the process of accomplishing some of the goals that I had visualized at the beginning of the year. So I think that this stuff is super helpful, and it just kind of gives you a good sense of purpose and sense of self for the new year. So I really like doing that. I think it's something that I also got from Ali Abdaal's year in review. I watched his like 2019 video on it, so if I can find the video then I'll link it in the description as well. It was really helpful. And then this is something else that I got from Ali Abdaal's video, and it's a gratitude section. So I have people, accomplishments, experiences, and things, and as the year goes on, I will fill this out with different people that I'm really grateful for, accomplishments, experiences, things. I think last year, like under my things, it was like my docs, because I pretty much wear my Oxford docs like everywhere, and I'm obsessed with them. So I'm probably still grateful for my docs. So I have a years in reflection. So this is my 2021 spread that you can see here. Alrighty, so moving on to the navigation tab, I have academia, writing, and video planning. So these are like my big 3 that I'm working on. So I am still pre-med right now, so I have this academia section that is dedicated to studying for the MCAT, and I don't really have a test date quite yet. You guys will hopefully see some study with me's coming soon, but the test date is TBD because I'm doing something really exciting for the next year that I will talk about in a different video. But this is the coolest and the best Notion template that I have found for MCAT studying, and I found it on Reddit. It was MC Space 28 that I think posted this on Reddit, and I will obviously link this template in the description. I added some of the GIFs and the icons and stuff here. So it has like a countdown timer to when the actual exam is. And then it's got Kaplan material, which I'm using because I'm using like a free MCAT prep course from online. But if you guys want me to talk about in a video like all of the MCAT resources that I'm using, let me know and I will make that video. And then there's like miles down review sheets, and also the cards. There's Quizlet cards, and then there's different topics and notes. And so if you just look, you can see all of the Kaplan material, and it's got like progress bars. I haven't started to use this Notion template yet. I found it recently and kind of integrated it. So here's the Khan Academy subject, so that's something else that I'm using, and I am using note cards as well. And then there's this week's study plan. So I think this spread is amazing, and this spread honestly shows like how powerful Notion can really be for organizing your life. But moving on to the next section, this is the writing section. So I am an aspiring writer, or I am a writer. I'm not published or anything like that. That's kind of why I say aspiring, although I don't think that you need to be published to consider yourself a writer, because it's a skill and it's an art form. So anybody, whether or not your art is published or not, you're still an artist. So despite all that, this is my writing section. It's not all super filled out. I have a table of contents page. I do have a masterclass subscription for a year. I'm glad I got it for Christmas. So I have been going through, and right now I'm doing Margaret Atwood's creative writing class, and it's super great. So that's for notes for that class. And then I have got story ideas and poetry. And then this is a story database. So I am actually in the midst of trying to like build my own world for a book that I'm writing. So I have characters, world building, lore, plot ideas, and none of these have been super filled out yet because right now everything that I'm doing related to writing is all on paper, but I want to kind of consolidate everything and put it in a digital medium for the future. So that is what I'm doing right now. I'm in the process of it still. And then the next section, which I'm gonna have to blur out because obviously these are spoilers. This is my video planning section. I think it's cute. It's got a cute little ghost here. I use a Kanban board for my video planning, and so I have like all of my ideas and then some things that I film but I have yet to edit, things that I am kind of in the middle of editing, and then all of the completed videos. And then I want to start using this video project tracker that Thomas Frank talks about in one of his videos, and if I find the video then I will also link that video in the description. But I'm kind of using the video tracker for the newer videos. So it has like video title, status, if it's like in scripting, research, idea, review, filming, then the publishing date, if there's a sponsor. My channel isn't even monetized yet, so obviously I don't have sponsors, which is fine. It's fine. Anyways, and then there's like tags, and so for my channel I've got like dark academia tags because that's the aesthetic of the channel, lifestyle, tech, productivity, that sort of thing. And so that's what I've got. And then I've got an actual calendar with the upload schedule, I have resources, and then I have a workflow. Moving on, let's go into this section. So I had this really cute GIF, and then now I have like this tea GIF, and it's got like a newspaper and stuff and food because this next section is my favorites section, which is honestly like my favorite one so far. So first I have games. So this is the games database, and I have all the games that I am currently playing and or have completed. So I finished Coffee Talk recently. It's a visual novel. I've got a rating, so I think I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. It's a visual novel, it's completed, it's on the Switch. And I'm currently playing Spiritfarer and Hollow Knight. Hollow Knight's a platformer, it's in progress, and I've got the difficulty level as well. It's very, very hard. Yes, that game has the most amazing visuals, but it is very, very difficult and frustrating. Anyways, so that's the games section, and I have got the library. Now, I didn't make the template for the library page. It was actually made by throneofpages, and she is so talented. She made the most beautiful library and anime pages that I have in my Notion as well, and so I will link her below. And she has a YouTube channel and an Instagram, so give her a follow because she is so cool, and it honestly takes a lot of work to make some of these pages, and she did a really, really good job. So this is the library page. Right now it says currently reading A Secret History, Arabian Nights, so that is what I'm currently reading. I have finished one book this year so far, and it is The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. It's romance, YA fantasy, and she has it set up so well where there's the author, the genre, status if you're read or like currently in progress, and then which date you read it on, and then the rating, own, or if it's a wish list, and if you bought or were gifted the book. And so I finished The Night Circus. I loved it. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. Kind of wish I liked the characters a little bit more in the book. I loved the setting, the description, the writing. I wasn't super in love with the actual characters of the story, and I tend to be a very character-driven reader or watcher, consumer of the arts. I don't know, I care a lot about the characters, And so the character development for me is like one of the most important things that a novel or anime or movie or TV show can have. So moving on, the anime section is probably my favorite one. It's amazing, and I love that she has Full Metal Alchemist on here. I love Edward Elric. I've seen a lot of animes. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood is like top 5 at least. It's amazing. So I love how it's divided in shonen animes, shoujo animes, and films. So I haven't really seen any shonen animes this year. Obviously the year has like just started, but I have seen a whole lot of them in the past. I've talked about Psyche K, I mean Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, Death Note. I still have to watch the last season of Attack on Titan, which is why Attack on Titan is there, because I know that I'm gonna finish watching the last part of the last season this year, so that's why it's on there, but I haven't gotten around to it yet, so TBD on that one. Next is shoujo. I have gotten really into shoujo anime recently. It's like I was pretty obsessed with watching shonen, but right now I am super obsessed with shoujo. I finished Fruits Basket. I actually just finished Toradora like last night. But Fruits Basket was so amazing, like 5 out of 5 stars. I think it was like the perfect introduction to shoujo anime for me, but it also set a really high standard. So I finished watching Toradora. It's on Netflix. I am done with all of the 25 episodes that there are. But I didn't like this anime. I don't know. It just, compared to Fruits Basket, it just like missed the mark on their plot. I think the characters were really good. I really liked the characters. Well, I thought the characters were well developed for the most part. I don't know if I really liked them, but I don't know. Didn't really like the story, didn't really like the ending, but whatever. It was an anime, I watched it. Moving on though. To the cafe section. So this one's not super filled out. I made this one. 2 of my favorite coffee shops listed here. I'm probably gonna do more like in-depth reviews on them, and then I've also got like restaurants that I really like, and I haven't inserted any pictures or anything, but it's something that I'm going to do in the future. But I've got some of my favorite restaurants that I've been to this year. And it's just to kind of track the cool places that I've been to. So if I'm ever like, where should I go today? I can just kind of check out what's on my cafe webpage and like go there. And then I've got recipes. So right now it's kind of empty. The recipes section, I just have like a list of recipes that I want to learn. And I haven't really found good ones yet. So I'm still on the hunt for good recipes for all of those. Anyways, so moving on to the third and the last column here, I've got this currently section, and so it says currently listening to TXT, Tomorrow by Together. I am obsessed with them right now. I bought some of their albums. I may post a K-pop album unboxing video at some point, because I did buy a bunch of their albums and their season's greetings, so I'm super obsessed with them right now. I love them. Then I've got the reading, so I'm reading A Deadly Education, A Secret History, and Arabian Nights. And then I'm watching Toradora, but now I'm not watching anything because I actually finished it last night. And then I've got this daily to do, and so I've got film Notion vid, which I'm doing right now, and then make thumbnail, write description, which I still have to do. And then there is this last section pretty much, which is the personal section. So this is the self-care section. So there is a bunch of Psyche stuff, and then there's like Teruhashi here, because she's the perfect girl inside and out. I love her. I love Psyche. And anyway, so I've got like Sailor Moon and another anime gift that I found. So there's skincare. In the skincare section, I've got like my skin type, and then I have got my AM and PM routines, and they're like in this little toggle list. And then I've got a similar thing for hair care. I am still working on my hair care routine for straight hair. Sometimes I wear it short and curly too because I like both. But I can't ever make a decision in my life, so I kind of go back and forth. But my curly routine is pretty much set in stone for the most part. And then I've got my straight hair routine, but it's not complete and I still don't know like which products to use on it and how to keep it healthy despite putting a lot of heat on my hair on like a pretty consistent basis. Anyways, moving on, I've got the finance section, and so I did not build this template. It was built by Red Gregory and it was called the personal cash flow page. I just call it finance, but these are not my real expenses. I have not filled this out yet, but I will be using it this year. Pretty much the last thing that I have is this wish list page by Jules Acree. There's not a lot of things that like I really want right now, and it's like still pretty early in the year, so that's kind of why this page isn't super filled out. But this is the wish list page. I definitely want to, and I will be incorporating this into my life. Pretty much the way that this works is that you'll put in whatever you want to buy and then you'll kind of let it sit for a day or two and then revisit whether or not you actually want to make that purchase. That way you don't just like impulse buy everything, which, you know, I've got a bit of a problem with that. I bought a bunch of K-pop albums. I don't know if I should have, but I did. So now in the future this year, if I want to get a K-pop album, then I will put it in here and then wait a day or two and then decide. That is the wish list section. And then the last thing is archive for any archived pages that I don't need anymore. And then when you scroll to the bottom, it's just a calendar. So this is my calendar for January. I've got workouts, therapy appointments, and work. So that's kind of what's on there right now. It's kind of boring, but yeah, this is my Notion, and if you guys want to see the light mode of it, here's the light mode. But yeah, that is my Notion setup for 2022. I hope you guys enjoy this and have a little bit of a feel for how I organize my life. I really like going digital, but I also still like paper, so I have a physical paper planner, but honestly, I use digital so much more and it's really hard for me to keep up with an actual physical paper planner. So I much prefer this. Just to mention, I do have the personal pro plan, which is like $30 something a year, which I think is a really good deal. I think it's worth it just because of how much you can really do with Notion and organize every section of your life. It's an affordable program for everyone to use, which is really important to me. I think it's really accessible. You can use like all of the features for free. I just like to like be extra and customize it a lot and have all of these different gifts and stuff and have a lot of storage, and I need a lot of storage, so that's why I have the personal pro plan. But honestly, you can do all of this with the free version too. I will say that there's a bit of a learning curve, but because other people have made really cool templates, you can always just like download those templates and use them. And then kind of as you go on, you can start to learn and customize it to your own liking and then make your own templates. Like, I'm still not in the making my own templates category yet, but I'm working on it and I think it's getting there. I'm starting to learn a little bit more about Notion every single time that I use it. Notion is super cool. They're not sponsoring this video because I'm still really small, but maybe in the future, who knows. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys like this video, like this content, or like me, then you guys can press the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye! Thanks for watching! Do you like my sweater? It has sheeps on it. Wait. Sheep's the sheep. It has sheep on it.